What's up guys, Max here, and I'm with Nico, who is the senior producer at 2K Games for the Bureau, XCOM Declassified, formerly just XCOM. This is a game that's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we've had some development time since 2010 when we first announced the game, when we first had people's eyes on it. Yeah, we've been working on it for a bit.
And now back then it was a first-person shooter, but it was still under the hood. It was going to be a kind of a very tactical, plan your attack sort of thing.
You know, it had that sort of emergent DNA of battle focus that we've sort of been exposing more people to, which is this on-the-fly HUD element that really gives you control of the battlescape by allowing you to place your command units strategically on the battlefield and either flank units, use their special moves, etc. That essence of the XCOM game that we introduced way back then and what has sort of come to be in the current game, that's one of the major constants that we've sort of carried with us throughout development.
Okay, yeah. No, so to back this up, battle focus is the core thing. You go out on the battlefield, and you are Agent Carter.
Agent William Carter, yes.
William Carter, and you have two agents of your choosing with you who've been kind of leveled up and customized and everything. And on the fly, you can kind of tell them where to go, which sort of reminded me a little bit of Mass Effect, but also has kind of a Fallout VATS feel to it. But it's kind of it's more than that. Tell how that works.
Well, the main thing is we have consequences behind what we do, right? There's permanent death in our game, which can be very problematic. So to avoid that, we give the player absolute control over what their agents do. When we put them behind cover, they will stay over there. They will react smartly to the AI environment. So in addition to just being able to place them on the battlefield, there's also special abilities that each agent can level up through. They all have their own specific tech trees that they can reveal along the way. It's actually pretty cool. And you can tinker with that depending on which agents you bring out on the field. They have different synergies if you bring a recon guy out versus like a commando class. It's more of like a heavy unit. So there's definitely a consistent layer of depth the more that you drill down into battle focus, but it really is meant to keep you focused on the battlefield. It's real time and it's very quick reaction feeding. Like if you're the type of guy that doesn't want to sit for a couple of minutes and really sort of strategize about your grand scheme, it really is instantly gratifying and gives you instant power to move your guys around the field.
Yeah, I mean, coming at it from the XCOM Enemy Unknown angle, it felt very familiar, but at the same time much more fast-paced, which I thought was very cool. Going to customization, one thing that I really want to know is you've got William Carter as your main dude. And the agents are customizable. How customizable are they? Can they be your family and friends?
You can put them in the most ridiculous color schemes that you could possibly imagine for special agents. In addition to that, you can rename them to your family and friends if you want to, but I would hate to see them die. That would just be too heart-wrenching.
You don't have my family and friends. So.
Okay, fair enough. And also you can customize their particular loadout, whatever guns, weapons that you want to bring with you on the field. And then they actually have cool backpacks, which is probably the only time I've ever really said this in my life, but they actually have cool alien technology-inspired backpacks. So in addition to carrying lunch, they actually carry different attributes that you can bring with you on the field.
Okay, I like that. The idea that the attributes are just in the backpack. Now, how broken up are the missions? We've sort of seen there's the main kind of base area, sort of a more immersive version of the fish tank view in Enemy Unknown, except you're actually walking around as Carter in kind of the main base. How much stuff is there to do there, and how much choice do you have coming out of the main base into the rest of the
Well,
game?
If I was going to give it like an RPG analog, right? It's like you're in the new town, you're talking to the citizens, I lost my dog, but we're talking about like this is an alien invasion, the tone and seriousness of that in like this NASA race for this space sort of environment. It is the center hub for all of our sort of narrative through line context that we have. So before you go out on a mission, essentially you'll get lots of intel from throughout the mission that will then give you some tactical information that you'll need as you select your different agents and go out on the battlefield.
And narrative-wise, this is 1962.
Yes.
Aliens are invading. And is this all just set in the United States, or does this become like a worldwide thing too?
This is, it's the origin story. It's before XCOM really became this global institution, this global sort of protective organization. So it is focused on the heartland primarily. It is focused on all of North America. And that's what's very interesting and compelling about our story is that when the aliens first attack, the Bureau, which was established by JFK to sort of ward off this Soviet invasion, they don't really know who's invading. Could it be some Cuban attack? Could it be the Russians? It's aliens, right? It's all set on the North American landscape.
So one thing I want to know is, I know that the other XCOM games, they have a ton of replay value. People love to just kind of go through them over and over again, and kind of different different courses of action happen. Does this have that kind of replayability to it?
Well, I think the great opportunity that we provide to the player is the ability to really create their own specific agent team, right? You can play through this game completely different depending on which agents that you have. So that's probably the biggest opportunity for the player to want to go through. Like, how would this mission have been if I had gone through with a recon guy and a commando versus a support guy and a engineer?
I mean, honestly, the game, it looks like it looks like Mass Effect and BioShock had a baby with XCOM, and put a big Instagram filter on it, so it has a nice retro vibe.
They love the baby. No.
It's pretty cool. I'm really impressed with this.
Awesome.
Nico, thank you so much for talking.
Thank you very much.
When is the Bureau going to be officially declassified for the general public?
It will be declassified in North America August 20th and worldwide August 23rd.
Well, great. Thank you so much for chatting.
Thank
you
you.
guys can stay tuned right here to Rev 3 Games. I'm Max Scoville. Take it easy.
Thanks a lot.